Hello everyone, and welcome to my food channel. Today I'm sharing a truly impressive dish, a showstopper at banquets that's also perfect for a hearty family meal. Braised steamed pork belly with sand ginger, garlic, and lemon. Delicious yet not greasy, and boasting a rich texture, this dish is a staple at banquets in many regions. At the same time, it's an affordable home-cooked meal made with readily available ingredients and a manageable cooking process, a hit with both adults and children. When preparing any substantial dish, the first step is always selecting the right ingredients. Getting that right means you're halfway to success. For this braised pork belly dish, the best choice is a cut with a good balance of fat and lean meat. When picking the meat, look closely at the quality. You want a cut that looks bright white and glossy. This kind of meat usually comes from pigs raised on a mixed grain diet. Compared to lean-type pigs raised on commercial feed, this meat has a richer aroma and a moister texture, resulting in a much tastier final dish. Authentic meat from traditionally raised pigs is rare on the market these days, though. I still fondly remember the pigs we used to raise ourselves in the countryside. Come Lunar New Year, the aroma of the pork would waft through the entire village, something the pork sold in markets today just can't match. Once you've bought the pork belly, the first step is cleaning it thoroughly. Washing it multiple times is essential for hygiene and safety. While washing, gently rub the skin to remove any impurities or blood, making sure to clean every nook and cranny. Place the cleaned pork in a large bowl, cover it with fresh water, add a little salt to create a light brine, and let it soak for a while. Soaking in brine serves two purposes. First, it effectively removes any gamey odor and draws out residual blood. Second, it allows the meat to absorb a base flavor beforehand, ensuring the pork is seasoned through and through, not just on the surface, after frying and braising. Just a note here, soaking for 15 to 20 minutes is sufficient. Don't soak it for too long, or the surface of the meat will become overly salty. After soaking, remove the pork belly and pat it dry. The next step is to cook it through completely. Using a pressure cooker is the most convenient method if you have one at home. Place the pork belly in the cooker and add enough water to cover about half the meat. You can add a couple of slices of ginger to neutralize any gamey odor if you like. Secure the lid, and once the cooker comes up to pressure, reduce the heat to low and simmer for a few minutes. Cooking the pork belly until it is thoroughly tender makes it easier for the skin to puff up and become crispy during the subsequent frying stage. It also helps render out some of the fat beforehand, ensuring the dish isn't overly greasy. If you don't have a pressure cooker, you can simply boil the meat in a regular pot, starting with cold water for about 20 to 25 minutes. The result will be the same, though it takes a bit longer. Once the pressure has released after cooking, remove the meat. You can check for doneness by piercing the thickest part with a chopstick. If it goes through easily, the meat is fully cooked. The next step is crucial for achieving that signature crispy skin, so don't skip it. Use a fork or a chopstick to prick numerous small holes all over the pork skin. I use a fork here. Since the skin is soft after pressure cooking, it is very easy to pierce, making it manageable even for beginners. Pricking holes not only helps the skin puff up and crisp during frying, but also allows excess fat to escape from the layer beneath the skin. This results in a less greasy final dish, so even those watching their weight can enjoy a piece or two without worry. Try to space the holes closely and cover the entire surface of the skin. The denser the holes, the fluffier and crispier the skin will be. Just be careful to pierce only the skin and the first layer of fat. Avoid going too deep into the lean meat, or the pork might fall apart when you slice it later. After pricking the skin, rub an even layer of salt over it, ensuring the entire surface is covered. You can gently rub the salt in as you apply it to help it penetrate the holes you've made. There is a method to this. The salt helps the skin puff up into a crispy, delicious texture during frying, and it also helps prevent hot oil from splattering everywhere, making the process safer. After rubbing on the salt, it is best to set the meat aside with the skin facing up for 5 to 10 minutes to let the surface moisture dry out. This ensures better blistering when frying. Next comes the frying stage, the most critical step and the one requiring the most attention to safety. Pay close attention here, as this is where the key points and safety tips are found. Before frying, you need to season or coat the pan with oil. Many people find food sticking to the pan when frying because they skip this step. Add a suitable amount of oil to the pan and heat it up. Then turn off the heat. Swirl the pan so the hot oil coats the entire bottom, creating a thin film. This prevents the pork skin from sticking to the pan later. Once the pan is coated, turn the heat back on to heat the oil. How do you know when the temperature is right? Dip a clean chopstick into the oil. If you see a cluster of small bubbles forming around it, indicating the oil is about 60% hot, it is ready for the meat. Be extremely careful when adding the meat. Once the oil is hot, slowly lower the pork belly in, skin side down, sliding it in along the edge of the pan. Never drop it in forcibly, as the hot oil could instantly splash out and cause burns. Safety is paramount. Do not flip the pork frequently while frying. Let it fry undisturbed for a while at first so it sets. Frequent flipping makes oil splatters more likely, which can burn your skin. Also, avoid using heat that is too high. Start with medium heat to set the skin, then switch to low heat to fry slowly. If the heat is too high, the skin might char before the inside is fully cooked, resulting in a bitter taste and a completely different texture. Fry slowly over low heat. You will hear occasional popping sounds from the pan. This is normal as the fat renders out. Because of this popping, oil may splatter onto your skin, so you can cover the pan with a lid for part of the frying process. This prevents splatters and helps keep the oil temperature stable. However, there is a crucial safety point to remember here. Ensure there is no water on the underside of the pot lid. You must wipe it dry with a cloth before covering the pot. Otherwise, water droplets falling into the sizzling hot oil will cause violent splattering, posing a high risk of burns. This is a detail you absolutely cannot overlook. During the frying process, you can lift the lid every 2 or 3 minutes to check the progress and gently flip the meat to ensure even frying on all sides. Fry until the pork belly skin and meat turn a light golden yellow. That is the signal to remove it from the heat. Avoid frying it until the color is too dark or deep yellow, as it can easily burn, and the meat might become mushy during the subsequent braising stage. Carefully remove the fried pork belly with a spatula and let the excess oil drain off. Just look at that crispy, golden yellow pork skin. The meat is crispy on the outside and tender on the inside, exuding a rich, meaty aroma. It tastes incredibly savory and crunchy. The mere sight of it is enough to make your mouth water. In fact, the fried pork belly is delicious enough to eat as is. Simply sprinkle on some spiced salt, and it becomes a fantastic snack to pair with a drink. Next, using a kitchen knife, slice the fried pork belly into uniform pieces, following the grain of the skin. A thickness of about 1/2 centimeter is ideal. Once sliced, arrange the crispy pork pieces neatly. However, the dish we are making today is braised pork belly with sand ginger, garlic, and lemon. The plain fried pork belly is just the foundation. The seasonings we are about to prepare are the real highlight. We need to mix the sauce ingredients now. This mixture is the soul of the dish, responsible for that appetizing balance of sweet and sour flavors. The ingredients we need are a piece of sand ginger, 1/2 a lemon, a few cloves of garlic, 1½ tablespoons each of white sugar and brown sugar, as well as rice vinegar and soy sauce. You can adjust the specific quantities according to your personal taste. A quick note on the brown sugar. It does more than just add flavor. It gives the dish a rich, reddish golden hue that makes it look more appetizing. Additionally, according to traditional beliefs, brown sugar is nourishing for the blood and energy, and it offers a more complex flavor profile than using white sugar alone. To prepare the aromatics, crush the sand ginger, aromatic ginger, remove the seeds from the lemon and mince it, and crush the garlic. Combine these 3 ingredients and mince them all together thoroughly. The finer they are minced, the more fully the aromas are released, resulting in a more fragrant sauce. A quick note here, sand ginger differs from regular ginger. It has a unique, pungent, and aromatic quality that is central to this dish's flavor profile. Try not to substitute it with regular ginger, or you will lose that essential soul of the dish. Once the aromatics are minced, add about 20 to 30 milliliters of rice vinegar and around 20 milliliters of soy sauce. Add a little oyster sauce to enhance the umami. If you have dark soy sauce at home, adding 1/2 teaspoon can improve the color. The quantities of these seasonings aren't set in stone. Feel free to adjust the acidity, sweetness, or saltiness to suit your personal taste. The best version is the one that appeals most to your own palate. With the sauce mixture ready, it's time to start braising the ko-ru, steamed pork belly. Add a small amount of water, about 1/3 of a bowl is sufficient, to the pan and heat it up. Once hot, add the prepared seasoning mixture and stir-fry everything together. Be sure to stir constantly. Because the mixture contains sugar, it can easily burn if the heat is too high. If it burns, the sauce will turn bitter, and all your previous effort will go to waste. There is no need for high heat. Simply braise over low heat throughout the process. It's safer and less prone to error. When the mixture comes to a boil and the sauce becomes piping hot and slightly thickened, add the sliced pork belly. Ladle the sauce repeatedly over the crispy pork belly and stir gently to ensure every piece is evenly coated. Cover the pan and braise over low heat for a few minutes to allow the flavors to penetrate the meat. Don't braise for too long. 3 to 5 minutes is enough. Cooking it longer will cause the pork skin to soften and lose its crispy texture. Once the sauce has reduced and clings tightly to each piece of pork, it is ready to be removed from the heat. And just like that, the aromatic braised pork belly with sand ginger, garlic, and lemon is ready to serve. Plated up, it boasts a glossy red hue and an irresistible aroma. The flavor is a delightful balance of sweet and sour, savory and tender. The pork skin retains a slight crispness while soaking up the tangy-sweet sauce. The fat is melt-in-your-mouth soft without being greasy, and the lean meat is tender rather than dry. Every bite offers a rich, multi-layered taste experience. This dish is a guaranteed appetite booster. It's the perfect companion for a big bowl of rice. Even my child, who usually isn't keen on meals, clamors for this dish every time I make it, happily eating several pieces without ever getting tired of the taste. It's such a simple yet impressive dish. Give it a try for your family. Even beginners can get it right on the first attempt by following the steps. I'll keep sharing all kinds of delicious recipes, ranging from everyday home cooking to impressive banquet-style dishes. I'll walk you through each step to help you level up your culinary skills and whip up a variety of tasty meals for your family. If you enjoy my food content, please follow me so you never miss an update. If you like this recipe, be sure to save it so you can try making it yourself when you have the time. Creating these videos takes a lot of effort, from selecting ingredients and testing the recipe to filming and editing. If you feel this dish has helped improve your cooking, please give me a like. It means the world to me. Also, don't forget to share the video with your loved ones and friends who enjoy cooking so you can discover more delicious home-style recipes together. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye for now.